Hi guys, welcome back to your English classes with your favorite teacher, Teacher Lenin Castro. Today is Wednesday, April 21st, as you can see in the calendar right there. And what we're going to talk today is about how do we make comparisons. We use the comparative and the superlative comparisons, okay? But we saw this a little bit with the animals, but we're going to talk more about it. So, the comparative. When do we use the comparative? Comparative, we use it when we're talking about only two persons, two objects. And we do it by adding to the adjective er. For example, how do we use it? We use er for short words that only have one syllable. So it will be small, smaller, cheap, cheaper, large, larger, hot, hotter. An example would be who's smaller? Or an example would be Gabriel is smaller than me. So Gabriel is smaller than me. We're comparing myself and Gabriel, two persons. How we also use er for two-syllable words that end in y, and y becomes an I. For example, in lucky, luckier, happy, happier, early, earlier, easy, easier. For example, let's compare now Esther and me. For Esther, is easier? No, that will be that. Let's say, for example, it's easier to draw than to do math. We're comparing two subjects, or we're comparing two things: draw and doing math. Okay, so it's easier to draw than doing math. Now we use more for longer words, two syllables or more, like handsome, expensive, nervous, or serious. For example, I'm more handsome than Superman. Yeah, I am. I'm more handsome than Superman. Or I'm more serious than Teacher Ibrahim. I don't know. Could be. And but there are some adjectives that we don't add er or more. They are irregular comparative. They have the irregular comparative form. For example, good becomes better, bad becomes worse, far becomes farther, and little becomes less. Like, I'm better at baseball than soccer. Now let's see the superlative. It's when we compare a group, more than two persons, more of the two things. For example, in the picture we have that the bicycle is fast, but the car is faster. But the fastest vehicle in those three, it's the plane. So how do we use it? We use est for short words that only have one syllable, like small, smallest, cheap, cheapest, large, largest, hot, hottest. You can say yesterday was the hottest day of the year. The hottest day of the year. That means that in all the year, the hottest day was yesterday. And we also use est for two-syllable words, but if they end in an y, we change it into an I. For example, lucky, luckiest, happy, happiest, early, earliest, easy, easiest. An example here will be that I don't know, in the whole school Francisco is the happiest student. We're comparing all the students in the school and we're saying that Francisco is the happiest student. But when we have long words, we add the most. We said handsome, most handsome, expensive, most expensive, nervous, most nervous, serious, most serious. Here we can say that the Lamborghini is the most expensive car of all. And like the one before, like in the comparative, there are some irregular forms. Like here, and quick note will be that the irregular forms from the comparative are the same in the superlative. Son los mismos adjetivos que the same adjectives that are irregular in the comparative are irregular here in the superlative. Good, bad, far, little. Okay, so good will be best, bad will be worst, far will be farthest, little will be least. An example will be that the best superhero ever is Batman. Note: when we compare a whole group, we also use the. Examples: the cheapest, the happiest, the most expensive, and the best. Okay, don't forget to put the or the. Okay, so that's all for today. We're going to see more about it tomorrow. We're going to practice tomorrow, so don't miss this class. Okay, see you tomorrow. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching the video.